Hey guys! As part of my ongoing series looking inside the SPX Program group, I met a trader with an exciting income transition story. So, in this video, we are going to hear from Mike, a real estate professional and family man who was able to take his main income stream from real estate into trading. And he was able to do this in a pretty short period of time. We're going to learn how he was able to do it using a simple trading program and how he now uses this same program to trade for just minutes per day. If you guys want more information about the program that Mike uses, I have included links in the description below. And while you are there, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you all enjoy this interview. All right. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. The first being, how long have you been a member of the group?
So I've been with David going on 3 years here next month.
Okay. And what do you do for a living, or are you trading full time?
Yeah, so I'm a real estate agent and I run a 3D printing business, but trading is honestly primary income. So mainly utilizing the program to generate my income.
Oh, okay. And what made you get into it? What made you get started?
Got started a couple of years ago, just looking for ways to be able to grow income and just be able to have some more funds. And
Mm-hmm.
as it grew, as account balance grew, just be able to kind of start utilizing that as regular withdrawals for regular income on it.
Okay. And did you know how to trade or invest prior to joining David's group, or was this kind of the first place you started learning?
It's basically the main place I started learning, just trying to figure out kind of things beforehand, but really joining David's group is where a lot of the growth started happening.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you didn't have any experience trading on your own prior to joining.
Not particularly, especially not the options.
Yeah, they can be tricky to learn. That's for sure. Did you find that there's like a steep learning curve for you with them?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, it's mainly following the alerts and just making sure that kind of going through that process. But as far as understanding the options and whatnot, David makes it a lot simpler for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure. And beforehand, before you joined, were you doing the same thing, running the 3D printing business and real estate?
At that time, it was just real estate. So
Oh, okay.
gradually into the stock side of it, and then 3D came after.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And how long did it take you to start seeing a return on what you were putting into the trades? How long did it take for you to start seeing your money getting made back?
Yeah, with the SPX program, it was pretty much right off the bat. Basically every month I've been with the SPX, it's been profitable. So within that first month, I was making money and content with that.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you follow the trades every day?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay. And do you do any other trading outside of it, or do you just follow what's in the group?
just what's in the group at this point. There's not a whole lot of reason to kind of stray away from the system. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I know that some people like to do, they have their separate trading and investment accounts. So I know that once you start learning, especially about options, a lot of people do decide to start doing investing with that as well. So I figured I'd ask. And
No, for sure. No,
how
I
is go, go ahead.
no, you're good. No, I was gonna say I use a lot of capital just going for the SPX program. That's been the
Yeah.
highest revenue return, the easiest way to do it. So that's why I just stick with.
Okay. And do you have, off the top of your head, do you have an idea of how much, like on average, each month, percentage wise, that you make on returns with the trades?
I trade a little bit more conservatively, but right now it's about 8 to 10% a month.
Okay, that's awesome. And
Yeah, can't
how is
complain
the
about
real
that.
estate market in your area, by the way? Because I know it's a little
That's
tricky.
why, right? No, that's why I do trading right now more more so.
Yeah,
The real estate market in our area has definitely changed. The interest rates have had a big impact. So um,
yeah,
definitely a different real estate market.
yeah. And when you first started trading, what how was the real estate market? Was it during like a downturn as well?
No, when I started getting into stocks with the real estate market, this real estate market had been doing well. It's really only been the past year or so that the real estate market has taken a turn. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, I was top producing agent and doing tons of transactions, all that. So
Mm-hmm.
it was profitable and going good, but I just wanted to be able to kind of leverage it further.
Yeah, yeah. Now I know you said that you joined about 3 years ago. So was that during COVID lockdown time?
Yeah, it was right around that time that connected more with David. Spent a little bit more time on the internet.
Yeah, yeah. How did you come across him? Just kind of searching?
It was in his Facebook group, the technical analysis group, is where I
Okay.
originally stumbled upon him. Thank goodness I did. But that's where I originally found him.
Yeah. I think so many traders started being locked down with COVID and just looking for something extra to do, I guess. And everyone
Yeah, and
went to
just
the stock market.
trying to figure out what to do with all your time now, right?
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's when I started really trying to pay more attention to it because I had been trading since 2016, but not anything like full time whatsoever. But it can be hard to find like good sources of info. But it sounds like you kind of went to David first. Were you a part of any other groups or like social media pages, anything like that?
I was in a couple of groups, a couple of like discords, but nothing too substantial. I was
Yeah.
mainly just kind of throwing up random alerts or things like that. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I got stuck in a lot of in a lot of discords that weren't you couldn't really actually learn anything. So it was definitely
Exactly.
tough. So you got lucky finding him early.
No, there's definitely a lot of just kind of general info that leads you to nowhere. So glad I
Yeah.
found the right spot to start in for sure.
Yeah. Is that kind of would you say a big difference that you see versus being in like one of the Discord groups or being in David's group, just the valuable info? Like what are the differences that you saw?
Yeah, so I think probably some of the biggest differences is in a lot of the groups they're talking about bag holding, kind of how to get out of bad trades and try to kind of mitigate losses. Where a lot of David's group is talking about how do we deal with tax implications, how do we deal with things that are kind of the next level in terms of profitability. So
Hmm.
the conversations within the group were much different and much higher level than a lot of the groups I had been in, and the information was much more direct and concise. Where in a Discord group it seemed to kind of be a lot more vague and just here figure this out kind of thing. So
Hmm.
I found a lot more value in content within the group for sure.
Okay. And what are your goals moving forward? I know you said trading is your main source of income right now. Are you hoping to just kind of continue that? Are you hoping to retire and just do trading?
Yeah, ultimately, I'd like to be able to focus on the trading, just leverage time. I have two young boys, so be able to spend time with them is a primary focus. So trading, especially this system, allows that to happen. So that's my
Yeah.
main focus right now.
Yeah, I have two little girls, so I know how hard it is trying to trade with children. I don't know how you do it, but I guess you only have to carve out what, like 10, 15 minutes a day to do the trades?
Yeah, I'm only spending about 5 or 10 minutes. Funny enough, the market closes literally 5 minutes before I pick up my kids from school. So I am
Oh,
literally
nice.
standing at their gate, trade in on my phone before I go pick them up. So it's actually just convenient timing. But yeah, only like 5 or 10 minutes, which is nice.
That's awesome. So it doesn't interfere with anything else that you're trying to do. Not that there's, 1,000 other things to do constantly with kids. So But
I
did you,
definitely have my
when
time
you,
occupied, but it's
oh,
fun.
for sure. When you were learning though, did you find it hard to carve out time to try and learn what everything was with, I mean, especially in COVID, your kids were home too, right?
Yeah, it there was definitely a learning curve in terms of just kind of how to balance time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, having to take the time to learn and try to understand the system and the program is helpful and beneficial for sure. But it's a timely process.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for other parents who need to try to find time to learn? Did you have any tricks that you did?
Did a lot of studying at night.
Ah,
Leverage that
okay.
time.
Sleep less.
Sleep less, trade more.
Got it. Okay. And are you going to teach your boys how to get into the stock market too when they're old enough?
Uh, Absolutely. Yeah, my oldest is 5 and I'm already starting to get him down on numbers and his math and all that good stuff. So I really hope that they get into trading just to be able to have a lifestyle that they can have more time and flexibility. So that'd be awesome for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish they taught us more about it in school, because if your parents didn't teach you about this or you didn't choose to take, to take courses in college, then it's really hard to learn about it. So I think it's awesome that you're gonna go ahead and get them set up with it.
Yeah, no, I saw something recently that was really cool that the dad was that if their kid didn't have to worry about having a job, what would that look like for their future? And I thought that
Hmm.
was kind of a cool aspect to look at it as far as, can you set your kids up with, ultimate income, in that regard. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And teaching them how to sustain it themselves too,
Yeah,
so that they don't have to be in those sticky situations of not knowing what to do.
exactly.
Yeah. Be careful though, trading with kids if you ever have to have them in the car with you, because one time my youngest daughter, I was on my laptop and looking at a stock, and it was Apple, and she shorted Apple while it was going up. I think it was like the first time it had breached $100. And she shorted it. And she's
Oh,
also pressed buttons and bought options before. So,
ooh,
so
yeah, we'll have to lock those
yeah.
down.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it was rough. So thankfully I caught it quickly enough, but I've had unfortunate incidents where I've traded and I get distracted by the kids and I end up just screwing up the trade. But you know, it's a learning process for all of us. So
To balance, that's for sure.
yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Do you have any words of advice for beginners? Anyone looking to, or maybe even not a beginner, but they're just struggling doing trading? Do you have any words of advice?
Yeah, I in my life and in my careers, I've always been very systematized. So finding the right system and leveraging that is kind of what I love to do in my life. And so I think with stocks, it's a matter of finding kind of the right system and what makes sense for you. So once you find that, I think that you'll have a lot more freedom. So kind of finding what makes sense for you and what timing and all that is the right program for you.
Yeah. And being in David's group it sounds like it's made it a lot easier trying to learn, and you don't really have to go chasing to try to find your own trades. You're just kind of going off of a system that's already set up, right?
Yeah, it's cool because with as many members as there are, we're all trading the exact same thing. So we're all kind of rooting with each other. So
Yeah.
it's nice to not have to worry about playing against each other. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So it's nice to be kind of working as a team in one direction.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. And I told you this would be quick. It was only going to be a few questions. So, all
No, you were good. I appreciate you having me on.
right, thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye. Want more Trader Babes? Subscribe now and connect with us on social media for exclusive content and access you won't find anywhere else. And we'll see you right here on the next unforgettable episode of Trader Babes.